Hey coders, welcome back to the module 2 of this course, the HTML fundamentals. In this lesson, you'll learn the building blocks of every website, how a website is structured in HTML. We'll also look at the HTML tags, the HTML structure, and the syntax we use in HTML. Not just that, plus the doc type and HTML5 setups. Grab your HTML cheat sheet from the link below. It has all the HTML tags you're going to need. Let's start with the basics. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the skeleton of every website. It's the foundation of every website. It defines the structure of a website. Here's a tip I want you to grab. Okay, the way a website is structured here, the skeleton and structure of a website is created using HTML. That is where we're going to find text, heading, paragraph, buttons. Now, to add styling to that website, to add designs to that website, to add colors to that website, make the website stand out and look beautiful. That is where we use CSS. Now, to add interactivity, for a user to interact with a website and the website will give him feedback, that is where we're going to use JavaScript. Okay, take this example we use and put it in the human body function. The skeleton of a human body, that is HTML. The flesh of a human body, the nose, the eyes, the mouth, everything that makes humans to look good in the eyes of other people, that's CSS. Now, the human body needs to function. The human body needs the intestine, the heart, the lungs for it to function and interact with other humans. That functioning, that is where JavaScript is inserted. So take this example and also apply it in a website. Now, for instance, look at this web page. This is the HTML web page that has a paragraph, heading, image, and also a button. Look at how pure it is. Now, this is the same website after applying CSS. The button is designed, the paragraph was given a style and a font size and a font weight. The H1 was given a color, a background image was added, and a lot of design were added to it using CSS. This is also the same web page, but JavaScript now is added to it. Now a user can interact with this website. A user can click the drive button and a feedback will be given to him back. A user can order for a car. A user can interact with the website. That is what JavaScript does. When we want to code in HTML, we use tags. So any code you want to insert in HTML, it must be in a tag. We have different tags with different uses. I have created the cheat sheet below. You can click on it and get the free cheat sheet. We have different set of tags. We have the paragraph tag, which we insert paragraph sentences in it. We have the heading tag, which we use it to insert a heading of a website. We have the image tag and a lot of tags, which we're going to come across it further on in the course. But for now, I'm going to show you an example of how we use the paragraph tag and the heading tag. Here's an example of how we create tags in HTML. Okay, let me show you an example using a paragraph tag. So the way a paragraph tag works is, first you insert a less than sign and put the tag name. Then insert a greater than sign. When you do that, automatically it's going to create the closing tag. Okay, there's an open tag and a closing tag. As you can see it, this is the open tag and this is the closing tag. Yes, so now the difference between the open tag and the closing tag is this slash, which is in the closing tag. So now most tags in HTML has an open tag and a closing tag, but there are some few tags that doesn't have a closing tag, which we are going to come across it later on in the course, and I'm going to explain to you why they don't have a closing tag. For now, we're just going to focus on two tags, the paragraph tag and the heading tag, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes coming. So within this open tag and a closing tag of this paragraph is where you're going to insert your sentences. It's where you're going to insert the words and paragraphs you're going to put. I want you to insert a word in this paragraph tag. Personally, I'm writing hello world, but you can insert something different. When you do that now and refresh the page, you're going to see your hello world text appears. Now, even though you can literally insert another text out of a tag, like also let's give it the same word, hello world, And equally, it's also going to appear in the browser. But the difference between these two is the first text which was inserted inside a paragraph tag. Now the browser now knows that this is a HTML code. But the other text which wasn't inserted in a paragraph text, the browser only knows that this is a text. This is just a text. This is not a HTML code text. But what we want now is the browser to understand that now this is a HTML code. So now it's not an option for you. It is compulsory in HTML to insert everything inside its own tag. So in HTML, there's nothing like inserting something out of a tag. It must be inserted in a tag. You can further add more paragraph sentences to that hello world, and it's going to appear. You can insert infinite number of words in it, and it's going to hold it. So here I inserted hello world. This is my journey of learning web development, and it's also going to appear on the browser. Apart from the paragraph tag, we also have the heading tag. The use of this heading tag is for writing heading in a website. When you want to write a heading in a website, that's where we're going to use the heading tag. We're going to go into these tags step by step, which I'm not going to overwhelm you with all the tags. For now, we're just focusing on 2 tags and their uses. Now, the heading tag, we have 6 different heading tags. We have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5 to heading 6. Now, the difference between these 2 headings is now, it's not about your choice to choose which heading to use. Now, heading 1 is the most important heading. I want you to note this key point I'm saying. The heading 1 is the most important heading of your website. If you have another subheading that you want to insert, which is also important, that's where you're going to use the heading 2. If you have another subheading that is important, you're also going to input heading 3. Now, I'm going to insert text to all these headings, and I'm going to show you how everything is going to appear in the browser. So all of these headings now, I have a text of hello world 1, hello world 2, hello world 3. So this is how everything now is appearing in the browser. As you can see, hello world 1, which is the heading 1, is having a much bigger and bolder text. That is because it is the most important heading for your website, followed by the heading 2, followed by the heading 3 to heading 6. And they all have their use cases in a website. Let me show you an example of how everything works here. Just look at this page. The text with the white color, which is the G310R, is the heading 1, while the BMW is the heading 2. Then we're having a paragraph. Then below the paragraph, we're having another text of choose your color. That's heading 3. So by the time we move further, you're going to know, okay, when should I use heading 1? When should I use heading 2? When should I use heading 3? I'm going to show and explain step by step how everything works. So stay calm and understand what is happening for now. So based on the basic understanding now you have about headings and paragraph, I want you to create something like this. A heading 1 and a paragraph, a heading 2 and a paragraph, a heading 3 and a paragraph, till heading 6. Because at your stage now, one of the things you need to focus on is writing the code. Because when you're watching videos, you feel like, I understand this, let's move to the second section. No, but if you do not type it by yourself, you're going to get confused. So I want you guys to complete this challenge I'm giving you. I want you to choose whatever you want to write inside. But I want it to go in this structure. Let's take that challenge and submit to me via my email, and I'll respond back to you when I receive it. And also, don't forget to send me the source code of how you did it.